You know, in a world just absolutely overflowing with information, it feels like everything's out there.
Yeah, saturated is the word.
Exactly. So there's this unique thrill, right, when you stumble upon something genuinely exceptional, something really rare.
Like a hidden gem.
Totally. And today we're doing a deep dive into exactly that kind of treasure, but in the world of spirits.
Okay.
We're focusing on a distillery that's basically the definition of patience and meticulous craftsmanship. Daftmill whiskey.
Daftmill, yes. And for this deep dive, we've got some good sources, detailed product info, mainly from their primary retailer, actually, Whisky.dk.
Okay.
And also a really insightful blog post about the distillery itself. So that gives us a good picture, not just of the whiskey, the product,
Right.
but the whole philosophy behind it, and crucially, how it gets to enthusiasts and collectors like you. It sort of bypasses the usual market noise.
Interesting. So our mission today is really to unpack what makes Daftmill so, well, sought after. Explore their very distinctive, almost sort of old world way of making whiskey.
Yeah, it really is.
And then see how a big player like Whisky.dk acts as this like essential link.
A bridge, yeah.
Connecting these super rare bottles with collectors, but also, people just starting to learn. So, okay, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
Daftmill Distillery. It's almost like a whispered name in the, the loud world of Scotch whiskey.
It really is quite low-key.
You find it tucked away in the Fife region of Scotland. It's a lowland Scotch whiskey specifically.
Right. And for listeners maybe newer to Scotch, lowlands generally mean lighter styles.
Yeah.
Often unpeated, more floral, fruity notes, perhaps.
Yeah, quite different from, say, a smoky Islay whiskey.
Definitely a contrast.
Right.
But what's really fascinating, I think, is the origin story that kind of underpins everything they do.
Okay.
It was set up in 2005 by Francis and Ian Cuthbert, and it operates as part of their active family farm.
Right. Not just a distillery tacked on, but integrated.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And this isn't just, a nice marketing story. It's fundamental. They actually grow the barley for the whiskey right there.
On their own farm.
On their own farm.
Yeah.
And the water comes from their own spring. So it's truly farm to bottle.
Wow.
Which gives them this incredible control over the raw materials, creating a kind of unique terroir in the spirit, something huge distilleries just can't replicate.
That makes sense. It's less about scale, more about character.
Precisely. It's about crafting something distinct by sort of embracing their natural limits.
And talk about quality over quantity. Their annual production is tiny, only around 20,000 liters a year.
Which is, put that in perspective,
Yep.
Some big names produce millions of liters.
Exactly. So this small output doesn't just mean small batch, it means genuinely rare.
Highly sought after, yeah. Each release becomes a bit of an event.
Like you said, almost like waiting for a rare comet or something for collectors.
Yeah, something like that. And that scarcity, combined with the quality, obviously drives the demand.
Right.
And their production schedule fits right in with the farm. They only distill when the farm work slows down.
Oh, really? When's that?
Specifically in the summer, and then again in the winter.
So they're not running stills year-round?
No, definitely not. It means they can give meticulous focus to each distillation run.
Huh. And the aging, what kind of casks are they using?
Mostly use bourbon casks. First fill quite often, actually.
Okay, so that brings those nice vanilla caramel notes.
Exactly. It contributes hugely to the complexity and that signature Daftmill character.
Which you described as fresh, fruity, elegant.
That's the general profile, yes. But what really cemented their, let's say, mystique was the waiting.
The waiting.
Yeah. They set up in 2005, right?
Uh-huh.
But the very first Daftmill whiskey wasn't released until 2018.
Wait, 13 years?
Over a decade of just letting it mature patiently.
Wow. In a market that wants new stuff constantly, that's incredible patience.
It really is a huge commitment.
Okay, so let's talk about that first release then. The Daftmill 2005 Inaugural Release. What made it so special? Apart from being the first, obviously.
Well, being the first is huge, of course. A landmark, distilled back in 2005, aged 12 years, and bottled at a pretty punchy 55.8% ABV.
Strong stuff.
Yeah, cask strength or near it. Gives you that full flavor intensity. You might add a drop of water maybe.
Right, and it wasn't a big batch.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Sourced from just 3 first fill bourbon barrels.
Only 3.
Just 3. So super intense flavor from those active casks, but also incredibly rare. Only 629 bottles.
629 for the whole world.
For the whole world, yeah. So you can see why it became instantly after-tragted, as they say. Highly sought after.
I'll bet. What was the flavor profile like?
Described as really lively, fruit-driven. Think garden fruits like apple and pear, but also some tropical hints, pineapple, mango, and a gentle oak spice underneath.
Sounds lovely.
It's considered a must-have for serious collectors. Partly rarity, partly the origin story, partly just outstanding quality.
And the price reflected that, I imagine.
It did. Around 14,999 Danish kroner. So yeah, premium.
Wow. And you mentioned unchill filtered and natural color. What does that mean for the drinker?
Basically, it means purity. Unchill filtered keeps all the natural oils and fatty acids, which add flavor and texture. It might get slightly hazy if it's cold, but that's natural.
Okay.
And natural color just means no caramel coloring added. What you see is purely from the cask. Purists love that.
Right, authenticity. So after that huge first release, did they keep that momentum going with other special bottlings? You mentioned a winter batch.
Oh, absolutely. That wasn't a one-off approach.
Yeah.
The Daftmill 2006-2018 winter batch release is another great example.
Okay.
Also a rare Lowland Single Malt. This one bottled at 46% ABV, so a bit more approachable maybe.
Still a good strength, though.
Definitely. Distilled December 16, 2006, and bottled 12 years later in 2018.
So same age roughly as the inaugural.
Roughly, yeah. This was a slightly larger release, but still very exclusive, only 1,265 bottles.
Still tiny in the grand scheme of things.
Oh, yeah. This one came from 5 first-fill bourbon casks. Cask number 074 to 079 from 2006, for the real geeks out there.
Huh. And the taste? How did the winter batch differ?
This one sounds maybe warmer. The nose has notes of rhubarb compote, honey, citrus, even maple syrup pancakes.
Ooh, nice.
Then it evolves into fresh pears and apples. The taste is described as round, silky, vanilla, almond, citrus again, and a slightly waxy feel.
Waxy can be interesting.
Yeah, adds texture. And the finish is long, spicy nutmeg, wood, sweet stone fruits coming through.
Sounds quite complex.
Very. And it really showcases that dedication to winter distilling, using that specific season's malt, precision, respect for the ingredients.
And the price on that one?
More accessible than the inaugural, but still premium, 3,299 Danish kroner. And again, unchill filtered, natural color.
Consistent approach. Okay, so Daftmill operates on this really small, super exclusive scale. How on earth do people actually, find and buy these bottles?
Well, that's where dedicated retailers become absolutely crucial. And that brings us neatly to Whisky.dk.
Right, the primary retailer you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. They're known as Denmark's largest whiskey store, both online and physical. But they're more than just size. They're a key hub for fine spirits, really, globally.
So not just Danish customers?
No, they serve a wide audience. Their story is quite interesting, too. Started small in 2012, just online, founded by Ulrik Bertelsen and Henrik Olsen.
Okay.
And they grew rapidly. Won multiple Danish Gazelle prizes, which recognize growth and entrepreneurship.
Impressive. So they know their stuff.
Absolutely. They specialize in whiskey from all over Scotland, Japan, Ireland, the U.S., even Danish whiskey.
Danish whiskey. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a growing category. But Whisky.dk goes beyond whiskey, too. Lots of rum, gin, cognac, tequila, other high-end spirits.
So a wide selection. Do they have a physical shop?
They do. A big one. A 500-square-meter showroom near Kolding in Vistruprude. Apparently thousands of bottles on display.
Wow. Must be like Aladdin's cave for spirits lovers.
Pretty much. But it's not just about the stock. They're known for their expertise, their passion. They run tastings, master classes.
So building a community, too.
Exactly. Creating a welcoming atmosphere. It makes them a go-to place for seasoned collectors hunting rarities like Daftmill, but also for beginners who just want to learn.
And that's the vital link, isn't it? Retailers like Whisky.dk, they're the bridge.
Precisely. They make these small batch, incredibly sought-after spirits accessible to a wider audience.
But without losing that sense of specialness, the exclusivity.
But it's a balance. They're not just shifting boxes. They're curating and connecting passionate producers like Daftmill with equally passionate drinkers, nurturing that discovery.
Okay, so let's sort of pull this together.
Yeah, let's recap. Our deep dive today, it took us from, literally the fields of a family farm in Fife.
Right, with the barley growing.
To the really meticulous seasonal way Daftmill makes whiskey, which results in these incredibly rare, super flavorful bottles like the inaugural and the winter batch releases we talked about. And we also saw how a key retailer, Whisky.dk, plays this vital role, making these unique spirits available, yes, but also building that community around them.
It's quite a story. What really stands out to you about Daftmill's whole approach, this commitment to patience, to small scale, how does that create such a value, do you think?
It's the authenticity, isn't it? And the tangible link to the land, the season. It's not just marketing, it's real. That resonates.
Yeah, I agree. It makes you think that this dedication, growing their own stuff, only distilling when the time is right, what other industries, maybe completely outside of spirits, could really benefit from that kind of hyper-local, slow and steady, almost artisanal approach? To create something truly distinctive, highly valued, where the value isn't just about churning out volume, something for you, the listener, to maybe ponder.